Hi, welcome to the Commercial Gas Engineer channel. This is part 5 of my first site as a commercial gas engineer. On this site we were freezing some pipe work, and in freezing the pipe work we had to obviously turn off the pumps because you can't freeze moving water, and we had to wait for the temperatures to drop as well and then freeze the pipe work in order to change some radiator valves. It didn't always work. Sometimes it did, sometimes it didn't, but it was a gamble. In this scenario it did. It held up and we changed the valves. As you can see here, this is the temperature of the pipe. I remember this. I believe this was a care home and there were some issues going on with the boilers and in the building, and I went here several times. Yes, I do remember this one. I think the pilot needed lighting. I think the pilot kept going out. I don't know if it was due to the thermocouple or what, but I just recall the pilot light was going out on one of these. And there it is, lighted. And in this particular site, it looks as though I was doing some servicing, and there appears to be 2 of them. Here we go. Looks like it's an Ideal Stilrad CF125, I believe. Looks as though I was changing the gate valve. There was probably a seized gate valve. I'm starting to think I know where this is. And here's the new gate valve that was put in. And in this site, I just recall them blocking up the ventilation for the plant room, or at least not taking any due regard that it was a place for low level ventilation for the plant room, and they decided to start throwing rubbish there. So I had to make a note of this one, do a warning notice. And in this one I was cleaning out a line strainer. So we're entering February 2019 now, and I was cleaning out a strainer, I believe, here on a HIU unit. It looks as though I was inspecting the strainer, looking for restrictions. Some forced draft Budarus boilers in this picture. I do not remember this site at all. Okay, looks like I was ordering some bits from Woosley to change a freeway valve. 2.5 inch. Let's have a look here. So that was a 2.5 inch PN6 flange, and there was a 65mm to 50mm bush and a 65mm ASB free gasket. That's what I was collecting. Looks like I had the parts of a boiler out here. Not sure what's happening here. Noisy boiler. Very strange. Maybe some adjustment in the combustion was required. Looks like I had both burners out, then had the burners back in. LDF'd it up, tightness tested it. I recall this job, some Potterton commercials in the middle of nowhere. They were Potterton Sirius 2s, WH70s. It looks as though I was replacing the 2-inch gate valve with a lever handle valve. It looks as though this was connected to a cold water storage tank. Oh, I remember this site. This site was a tough one. I was not familiar with these Ideal Concord at the time. And let me tell you something. I've got some other videos on these where I've worked on them, and those might help you. Have a look for them, because if you approach these boilers without being prepared, without knowing anything about them, these boiler modules will deal with you and you won't forget it. So be careful. I remember these really snookering me, and it did take a long time. It probably took me a year or 2 to really start getting the better of these boilers. But unless someone takes you on side and shows you these, it can be tricky. So approach them with caution. Once you do master these boilers, though, you should be able to tackle any boiler afterwards. So I think I was changing the PCBs and all sorts on these. There was a few of them not working, and it was most likely my first extensive experience with these, and it was good. Okay, thank you for joining me. Please join me on the next one. Leave comments in the sections below. Thank you. Until next time. Bye bye bye.